what made you stand out, and or let's say what made you feel confident?
So I think the best answer for that would be you need to be up to date.
Okay.
Because if maybe we look at Facebook when it started, things were very easy. Right. It was just a vanilla JavaScript, very basic. Right. HTML, very basic. And then someone just had to come up with React. Yeah. And someone had to come up with a different framework. Right. And to make things worse, the consumers had to love this. So I am a consumer. You know, when I log in into, let's say I log in into Instagram, I don't care what happens. That is their problem, but I want a very good experience. If maybe a new trend comes along, I'm expecting that trend starts today, and 2 minutes later, that trend is on Instagram. Right. Or that trend is on TikTok, or that trend maybe is in that online banking system. Right. So I think the biggest challenge, and it is the thing that will keep the tech industry going on, never mind about AI. AI will never replace anybody in the tech industry. That's a fact, because if you look for a user, and everybody's talking about ChatGPT, but very few people know how to use it.
I agree.
Very few people know how to use this.
People use it mostly like Google.
Exactly. So just use it as Google. Oh, when was Chris Brown born, or who's married to who? It'll give you a very good answer. But when you actually prompt this AI to give you a definitive answer to something, maybe you are trying to run a regression test and it tells you that, gives you a very complicated answer. Nobody knows the answers to these things. I can tell you that for a fact. Nobody does. So if you are a very good user of ChatGPT, or if you are a very good Google person, I'll never say this enough. Googling is a skill. Right. You will actually Google this error as it is. You will not get an answer. You will never get an answer. Rarely you get a definitive answer that just do this and it will work. You get ChatGPT will tell you that, okay, so these are the possible causes, this and this. Maybe your node modules are not up to date. Your version is not up to date, and this. And if you give a normal user that, they will give up. That's why, for example, in Kenya, we have a lot of people making money from very easy things like filing taxes.
Oh, yeah. So yeah. They can do it for you.
They will do it for you. It is not difficult, but they will do it for you, because as an end user, you don't want to go through the trouble to learn how I can file my taxes. But they will do it for you. They will charge you maybe 50 cents, that's a USD.
You can say Bob. How many? 200 Bob?
Yeah, like 200 Bob, and they do it for you and you pay them. Right. That is because you are an end user, and that is what makes money for most tech companies. You are lazy. You know, when the final consumer is lazy, it means it gives you a market.
Yeah. What are the chances for you to apply, and how difficult would that be? How many months it would take for you to get your first job?
Yeah. You cannot just wake up today in the morning and decide that, oh, I'm going to be a QA. Right. So that is not possible for you. So you need to be invested, because I remember for me, I used to.
Mm-hmm.
I actually used
like
to,
reading some, or
exactly. So you need to actually be curious enough. That is the perfect word. You need to be curious enough. So I remember for me, I used to maybe log on into, you go to YouTube and you search maybe for a music song. Yeah. But actually, these big tech companies, they actually have some curious buttons for us. For example, I think YouTube has something called YouTube for Geeks or something. Okay. So when you actually click on that button, I am sure like 99% of people don't do. But when you actually click on that button, it will show you your traffic speed, to show you a lot of things. Yeah. So you need actually to want to learn. That is why there is no university in this world that will tell you that we will make you a QA. And I can say this: we will make you a developer. There is no industry, because what they do is they just give you the basics. They don't teach you JavaScript. They don't teach you Python. They just teach you OOP. So it's object-oriented programming. And you will graduate and you will go to the industry. Chest is puffed out and you're like, I am ready for this industry. But you are not ready for that industry.
Right.
Because what they actually gave you is the basics. I usually tell people that
They feed you with some theory, but you need to have a hands-on experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
To
what
make
they
things
do,
work eventually. Yeah.
yeah. So what they do is they actually they send you out to the world, to the market, and if you are not smart enough, you will think that, oh, come on, I graduated first class honors. I am very good at what I do. I am very good at JavaScript. But if you maybe log into a website like Code Ninjas and you're starting at Kata rank 1, and it's a very basic challenge, and you cannot handle it.
Yeah.
So what I can tell people is, and the sad truth about the tech industry is, you will never be perfect.
You always need to seek for more.
Exactly. So, for example, right now, we have things that are trending in this market. We have smartphones, fixed dimensions, this inches by this inches. And then Samsung had to bring a fold phone.
Right.
So that means for you as a developer, it needs to work when you unfold it, when you fold it, there's a very small screen at the back. It also needs to work. And for this, the world is not kind enough for the tech industry.
Of course.
It is not. It is very brutal for the tech industry. But the good thing is, it pays good enough.
Okay.
And once you find a space in the market and you are able to fit yourself in that space in the market.
How much money you can expect to have?
So for me, I would say, if you are curious enough, as I started by mentioning, if you are actually curious enough and you want to know, you know how to inspect pages, the traffic, you can actually inspect the traffic. You actually can read the requirements, understand them.
Right.
So the minimum that a good company will offer you is 70,000 Kenyan shillings a month.
Okay.
And it's not just 70,000, it's 70,000 plus health insurance and things like that.
Plus very good experience, of course, if you get into a...
No. We are starting. So you are just a beginner in this industry. So you went for the interview. The basic questions are, what is an API? You give a correct answer. Things like that. What is JSON? You give a correct answer.
Right.
So a good company will give you a minimum of 70,000. If you are not good enough, like, maybe you got an offer, you are not prepared enough for that, I will tell you, maybe accept something like 50,000.
Okay.
Accept that. And when you accept that, you are accepting that under conditions that you are going to train me. You are going to make me good in this field.
Right.
Yeah, that's perfectly understandable. But 50 to 70, I would say that's good for you. If somebody offers you 20, 30, I don't know what I can say. If you're desperate enough, take it. If you believe in yourself enough, don't take it. And most of the times, this hiring people, so talent acquisition, in most companies, you'll actually find that in their KPIs, they have a KPI that states you need to save money for this company.
Save money, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you are exactly. So maybe you are doing talent acquisition for. I don't want to mention a company that. Any company, you're doing talent acquisition for this company, and in the talent acquisition team,
You mean like a human resources?
Exactly.
Right.
So they'll tell you you need to save money for the company. So for you, your work is to impress that new employee as much as you can. Make them accept the least offer.
Right.
And at the end of the year, these people, they sit down in the table like this and they decide, okay, so the accepted amount is 70. I was able to convince 10 people to take 30. So I've saved enough money for the company. But as someone who is venturing in the IT world, I really thank God that I have met very good managers who have actually told me that, no, that is not enough for what you do. You are going to ask for more.
So you met such people who gave you that advice?
I have actually met people who have told me that the KPIs that you have and what is expected of you, plus what you're asking for, doesn't add up. So we are going to ask for this amount from talent acquisition. And 99% of the times it actually pays off. And if you are the kind of person who believes that it's the same scenario, maybe you walk into a supermarket and you go to buy diapers and you find that maybe the diapers go for 999 shillings. Those people have that amount set up.
Right.
It is 999. It is not 998. It is not 1,000. So if you are actually starting in the tech industry, and you believe in yourself as a person that I am actually worth this amount, and you have gone through the interviews, and what most people don't actually know is these interviews are not a walk in the park. Maybe we're supposed to interview 100 people and we shortlist 10 people. We're supposed to hire 8 people. We have shortlisted 10. So that means you actually hold the higher ground as someone who's being employed. You don't settle for. I remember I actually got a new position a month ago, and the talent acquisition team told me, so how much are you asking for? And I told them, and they told me that no, that is too much.
Okay.
But I had gone through what is expected of me. So I'm supposed to automate APIs. I'm supposed to maybe automate web clients, mobile clients. And you also look at what I'm automating is maybe I'm dealing with a customer base of 1 million people.
Right.
And
so the impact is actually matters as well, right?
It actually does. So maybe
so it's not like a startup, right, where people don't have money.
No. I think the biggest difference is, are you working for a company that is actually struggling to look for money, or are you working for a company that is actually making money? So what I would tell people is this: never walk into an IT interview when you don't have enough information. That will make you look stupid. So what you need to do is you need to be really good at what you do. And if you look at most IT companies, they don't just give you, I think it's all IT companies, they don't give you one interview. They give you like 4 interviews. So the first interview is to shortlist you. Here is the people you have shortlisted. And then that is basically HR. So how do you handle conflicts in the office? Things like that. You also need to be good at that. You need to answer them correctly. So how do you handle conflicts in the office? And when you go past that, then you are handed over to the technical team. And the technical team will actually know that I want to hire Yuri. Right. So the IT manager will know. Maybe the lead dev team or the lead DevOps person will know I want to hire Yuri. And what will make them know that I want to hire Yuri is they will actually give you a technical interview.
But I still think if this is your first job, right, I think it's okay even if you get less, because the first job is basically employer is investing in you.
But what you need to understand is what you are actually doing is you are selling a skill, and the tech industry is scaring to most people.